Hi guys, I'm Chris Allman, the Equipping Manager for Switch, talking today about the danger of overemphasizing either mission or community in our student ministries. It seems like students often tend to operate in extremes. That's especially evident in the adventures of teenage love, but it's also there in the ebb and flow of a Christian student's life. Depending on their background or who they follow on Twitter, many students who are full of zeal will tend to overemphasize either mission or going deeper inside their community. On one hand, either one should encourage us a little bit, because developing students with zeal is a more desirable task than consistently pleading to a room filled with apathy. On the other hand, either of these two bents, not coupled with the other, is disobedience to Jesus' two greatest commandments. A group of students fixated solely on the worldly needs of others can find themselves disobedient to Jesus' commandment in Mark 12:30 to love the Lord with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength. Their zeal for outreach will come at the expense of a community of believers that can keep them encouraged, accountable, and enduring in their love for the Lord. Those whose greatest desire is deeper fellowship with other believers neglect to follow Jesus' second commandment in Mark 12:31, to love our neighbors as ourselves. Lack of love for our neighbors leads to a lack of disciples being made. In reality, we need to stop viewing these as two separate things and start thinking and teaching them as two sides of the same coin. What's your default when strategizing community for your youth? If the answer is first small groups instead of mission, you might be starting in the wrong place. When in doubt, lean more towards mission, as it can organically grow community in the process, while community can easily neglect mission. As we say around here, if you aim for community, you'll get neither mission nor community. But if you aim for mission, you'll get both mission and community. We designed Switch to have the balance of mission and community packed into 1 week. We like to say we're a little bit mission trip, a little bit conference, and a little bit camp. Summer student experiences often reinforce the emphasis on either mission or community. They're structured so heavily around one aspect, they woefully neglect the other. Traditional camps are great for building community and depth in relationships, but they're formed in the absence of mission, so they can break down in the real world once camp is over. Mission trips are great for helping people see and understand how to live on mission, but can often do so at the cost of community. And conferences equip students for ministry, but can have little practical application and implementation. At Switch, we teach mission and community as if they were inseparable, because they are. We desire to see students find mission in the community of their fellow students. We want it so they can experience the joys of obedience to God's Word, and for the experience of dying to themselves, living in biblical community, and serving their city. We know that 1 week cannot change these trends or completely remove these dangers. But what if youth made the switch and believed in living on mission with community as their lifelong purpose for His glory? Our prayer is that through Switch, God will move in their hearts, helping you pastor and lead them into a deeper love and passion for Christ and His calling on their lives. And this summer, join youth from across the country for Switch at the For the City Center in Austin, Texas. For registration details, visit www.forthecity.org/switch.